Yes, yes, yes. Welcome to FanDuel Sportsbook's More Ways to Win, and welcome to Week 9 of the NFL season. If my math is correct, we're like halfway here.
Good math.
Yes, thank you. It's what we do here. You're in the right place, by the way. You don't have to do math. We've got you covered, breaking down and betting the biggest games. We're handing out best bets and dropping DFS best value plays as well. I'm Lisa Kerney. These are the important guys here. Ice Cold Exacta here. Sports betting expert Dave Weaver. You know, Super Bowl champion James Jones. We're holding it down here in Los Angeles. We got to round out our starting five, those guys, as always. Sports Talk radio host Andrew Filipponi joining us from Pittsburgh. And the face of Marquee Sports Network in Chicago, our NFL analyst, Cole Wright, the face. We're just going to start calling him the face. Guys, it's Week 9. So much to get to. More Ways to Win starts now. All right, let's kick this thing off with a big-time AFC matchup here. We got the 5-2 Titans at the 5-2 Chiefs. Tennessee, one of the hottest teams in the league right now, winning 5 in a row. Derrick Henry, you guys see it, back to his old form, 4 straight 100-yard games, including 219 on the ground last week at Houston. Henry will be up against a Chiefs defense giving up 92 yards per game. That's third best in the league. Of course, this Kansas City offense doing their thing, big things, ranking second in total yards, passing yards, and first in points. I like to see that KC defense, though, getting a little love, guys. Both teams here 5-2, but check out the line there on the bottom of your screen. Chiefs are giving 12.5 points to a 5-2 team, and Derrick Henry is doing that. Dave, what do you make of this number?
I mean, it just seems weird for a 5-2 team, and I'm not talking about the Chiefs. I'm talking about the Titans to be getting 12.5. So I did a little bit of research. I went back a year, looked at all the 5-2 teams, went back 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. After 5 years, my brain got tired. But I found 35 teams over the last 5 years that started the season 5-2. Of those 35 teams, 28 were the favorite in their next game. 8 were an underdog. But of those underdogs, 3 of them were a 1-point dog. 3 of them were a field goal dog. And then the other 2 were 5 and 5.5 point underdogs. So nothing even more than a touchdown, let alone 10, 11, or 12, or 12.5. For me, anytime you can win games, even if you're winning them ugly like last week against Houston, when you're a 5-2 team, you should never be getting 12.5 points. And Mahomes, as a big favorite, has not delivered. His last 6 games as a 10-point favorite or more, he's only covered once. So to me, this all sets up for this line being too big. I take Tennessee.
Dave, I feel bad for you. Not only are you going to lose a bet, but you're going to give yourself carpal tunnel syndrome from writing down all those stats from the last 5 years. My goodness. Oof, that's exhaustive research. Yeah, how many of those teams were likely playing this game with a rookie backup quarterback? Malik Willis is probably going to start for Tennessee. The Titans trusted him to throw the ball 10 times against Houston last week, and he threw an interception, 55 yards. The only time this year the Titans played a really good team was Buffalo, and they lost by 34. Now, I happen to put Kansas City in the same category as Buffalo, a Super Bowl contender. And guys, during Tennessee's 5-game win streak, not a single one of those victories have come against a team with a winning record. They will get destroyed by Lisa's Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes. Finally, you came to the right side, not the dark side.
9 weeks.
The right side. It took 9 weeks, and you. I'm looking at you because you have not come to my side yet. What do you think?
Come on, James.
Are we friends this week, James?
I'm crawling over there. No, we absolutely are friends this week because I'm with you, Pony. I think this is going to be a beat down, a smackdown. And Lisa said, right, this Kansas City defense, their run defense, 95 yards a game. There's a reason why. Because there's a bad man on the other side of the ball in Patrick Mahomes who forces teams to have to throw the football and takes away the running game, no matter who the running back is. So that's what he'll do again this week, and he will put the ball in the hands of a Malik Willis, of a Ryan Tannehill, and they cannot keep up with Patrick Mahomes. To me, this number is too small because I think it's going to be a beatdown for the Kansas City Chiefs, and they definitely win by double-digit points in this one. You've seen what they did to a really good Niners defense. They made the Niners defense look like they was a middle-of-the-pack defense, and the Niners defense is big time, but that is Patty Mahomes, that is Andy Reid, and it's
Take
gonna
that,
be another
Dave.
one, Lisa.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't
Kansas
throw it
City
once.
Chiefs.
Just give it to Henry every single play.
You don't even. Well,
Can't
yeah,
do that when you're
one-dimensional
down
football
17,
teams
though.
do really well. Let me tell you. I love it. This is a great way to start this show. Thank you guys for starting my week 9 so well. We got to get to another matchup here in the AFC East rivals. Here we got the 6-1 Bills at the 5-3 Jets. Jets 4-game win streak. You guys know this snapped last week. That loss to New England. Zach Wilson, 3 picks. Now he's facing this Buffalo defense that has 11 interceptions. It's the most in the NFL. They're also the #1 scoring defense. Oh, and just because Champagne Time's there in Buffalo, they also have the #2 scoring offense. Guys, got to get Cole and Dave in here to debate this game. And then, James, you know I'm coming to you for this one as well. Cole, Bills 12.5-point road favorites. How are you feeling about this game?
Well, this is a big spread, and Lisa, I'll tell you what, as of late, the Jets, they played a whole lot tougher than James's sharkskin suit because they've won 4 of the last 5, and they've allowed 20 or fewer in all 4 of those wins. But 3 interceptions last time around versus New England for Zach Wilson. He knows he has to be better, but everyone, when it comes to the Bills defense, and no one's better than them. They're first in the league, so his hands, they are going to be full. And you combine that with Josh Allen, ready to roll as always with that 3rd-ranked passing offense. The Bills are looking to rattle off 5 wins in a row. And Allen currently with 19 passing touchdowns, trailing only Patrick Mahomes. So the quartet of pass catchers for Buffalo, Diggs, Davis, Knox, and McKenzie, they're going to be full when the game's done with. They're going to eat 31-17 Bills. They rolled to the win.
They're a very good team, and they're going to be a double-digit favorite a lot going forward the rest of this year. But in the NFL, to get more than 10 points at home, it's just historically a winning move for the bettors. 6 straight double-digit home dogs have covered going back to last year. This year has been 2. They both covered. And Josh Allen hasn't been that great against the Jets. 241 yards a game, only 1 touchdown a game. Of the teams that he's played 4 times or more in his career, that's the 2nd lowest passing number of all the teams he's played, a lot. And he knows the Jets well, but the Jets know him well, and the Jets cover against good teams. They're 4-1 against the spread the last 5 times they played a winning team. So to me, I'll live and die by the double-digit home dog. Give me the points.
Well, you're going to die by it this week, Dave.
Come on. They can keep it within 10.
He's just like,
Because, I'm going to come over to Dave's house and we're going to watch football together
Come
because
on over.
Zach Wilson tried to duel it out with mac and cheese. And he threw 3 interceptions. Now you got the bad man, the MVP candidate, and Josh Allen coming in the building. You're going to try to duel it out with him. You're going to have to make some throws. We're waiting on Zach Wilson. We're still waiting. It's week 9. We let him go through his rookie year. We let him get through week 9 this year. We know he came off injury, and nothing has changed, right? They're trying to keep the ball out of his hands. When they put the ball in his hands, he's turning the ball over. You did that against a Bill Belichick defense. Now you're getting Von Miller and the Leslie Frazier Buffalo defense, and you're gonna have to throw to keep up with Josh Allen. I see 3 more takeaways, if not more. The Jets are in big, big trouble. Double-digit win for the Buffalo Bills easily.
Yeah, let me just share with you, Zach Wilson, what my dad always said to me. Sport translates to sport. I'm a basketball player, a point guard. Turnover games, I hear my dad yelling, Lisa, play within yourself. Just play within yourself, Zach Wilson. We don't have to turn the ball over so much.
But Lisa, you can't
cheers,
play
I
with,
got you,
Lisa,
Zach.
you gonna crank up 3s when you're down 17.
Man. I'm not scared to shoot.
When you're down 17, you can't play within the skin. You gotta crank them shots up.
All right, just go. All right, let's get to a matchup between the last 2 Super Bowl champions. We got the Rams at the BUCS. You know what? I'm really giving energy to this one because you guys know each team was considered a championship contender at the beginning of the year. Here we are 8 weeks into the season, and both teams are struggling. Rams 3-4. They're the 2nd worst in the league in rushing offense. The only team below them, the 3-5 BUCS. So yeah, let's see how this ground game works out. Hard to win in this league if you're a one-dimensional team, guys. The BUCS a 3-point home favorite. Cole, bringing it back in here. I'm going to start with you. How do you see this game playing out?
Lisa, I tell you what, this is a heavyweight matchup, no doubt about it. But it's like Razor Ruddock versus Buster Douglas, and it's 2022, not 1995, because these are two completely different teams than we saw less than a year ago in the NFC divisional round. The Rams, they dropped 3 of the last 4, and the Bucs over their last 6. 1-5. But home games, as we know, teams, especially when the best quarterback of all time is your play caller, home games have a way of getting you back on track. And Tom Brady, he hasn't dropped 4 straight games in a row since 2002. HD, SD, there was really no differential between the two back then. And Tom Brady, also just 1 multi-passing touchdown game so far this season. And he's number 2 in all of the league in passing. And the Rams defense, they haven't been great so far this year. They've allowed 22 or more in 5 of 7 games. So the Bucs, they're going to play protectors of Raymond James, 24-21. They get the win.
Well, look at that line. It makes me think that the odds makers are very worried about Cooper Kupp for LA, that even though he might play, the guy's not going to be 100%. And that changes everything with the Rams offense. Allen Robinson has not emerged as a number 2 threat. Their run game is in shambles, as Lisa pointed out. Cam Akers has been benched, didn't get his trade. And the Rams have just been awful as an underdog this year. They are 0-3 against the spread, and their 3 losses are by 15, 17, and 21. I love the Bucs almost as much as I love Lisa's jump shot. Our producers got to find the video. Lisa, you did a FanDuel event. You were in heels, and you were knocking down Jays. We got to get that tape.
Come at me. Yes. I keep trying to. Hoops and heels is going to become a thing. I'm leading the charge. James, we got forget the heels. We got 2 teams that can't play in cleats. What do you think?
Say that again, because Cole said heavyweight matchup where? Because this ain't no heavyweight matchup nowhere, right? I'm thinking my 11U Elite Bear squad can hang with these 2 teams right here, because these 2 teams are playing bad football. I don't know where the offense is going to come from. Tom Brady is up there in passing because they behind in every game. He's trying to throw them to victories, and it's not happening. I don't know what's going on with Matthew Stafford and those guys over there in Los Angeles, because the Rams cannot get it all going on the defensive side of the ball or the offensive side of the ball with Cooper Kupp in there or without Cooper Kupp in there. This game right here, it is going to be a whopping 7-7. I think this one is going to end in a tie. Well, I might give you 10-10. It might be 10-10 in this one right here, but I don't see where a lot of points are coming in this game. Both these teams are struggling. They don't know who they are on the offensive side of the ball. We're going to let Tom throw it all over the yard. We're going to try to find a little run game. They have no identity on both these teams right now. Their defenses, their superstars on the defenses is not playing well. I will not be tuned into this game right here. I'll be tuned into another one because I don't think this one is going to be too good. I see a tie in this one right here.
That's utilizing that picture-in-picture. They're going to be the small box. We're going to keep changing out. But also, yes, bonus info, and thanks, James. Take the under, everybody. All right, 3 of the top games on this schedule. Check, done. Great info from our betting experts. We have so much more coming up to get you ready for week 9. We're just getting started here. But first, a quick reminder about FanDuel's special no sweat first bet promotion. FanDuel is giving new customers up to $1,000 back if you don't win your first bet. Yes, you, right now, scan the QR code. Just hold your phone up and it's going to do the magic for you. New users can take advantage of the no sweat first bet. Just place a cash bet with FanDuel Sportsbook. If you do not win, you're going to automatically get your stake back and free bets. It's that easy. Download the app and play today. And coming up, 2 underdogs, 2 favorites that are locks this week, guaranteed. One of our betting experts went 2-0 in this segment last week. Ooh. You know he's going to let us know about it. Find out where his money is going this week. Plus, turning a little bet into a huge win, this guy right here, it reveals his big payday parlay for week 9. We'll see you on the other side of this break. Don't go anywhere. Rolling on here on more ways to win. Now, you guys know some bettors prefer dropping cash on underdogs. Others prefer favorites. But the real smart bettor knows you should just bet both. But look for the best value, and that's why we're here. So we're giving out our best bets for each in this week's Dog and Pony Show segment. Cole Wright playing the dog role. Pony, well, you're playing the part of the pony, so you're going to give out the favorites. Giddy up, guys. Pony, I want to start with you giving your favorite for week 9. And you can start by just going ahead and celebrating that 2-0 that you did from last week.
Thank you. Yeah, these are tailable picks here. You want to take this information and plug them into the FanDuel Sportsbook, starting with the Bills minus 12.5 against the Jets. What is New York's offense without Breece Hall? We found out against the Patriots, they traded for James Robinson, only 5 carries for 17 yards. When the Bills win, they win big. Average margin of victory is 18 points. I love Buffalo.
All right, Cole, let's hit an underdog that you like to cover here in Week 9.
Well, I like Pony and Buffalo on that one. We talked about that earlier. But when it comes to Kansas City, Lisa, you know I'm rolling with you and your squad because of the 5 wins that they have so far this year, averaging just over 37 points per game, and that is tough to stop. And 7 Kansas City pass catchers have 100 or more receiving yards on the year, and 6 of them have multiple touchdowns. So their ability to go out there and put a defense on skates, it is next level. But hold on just a second. That Titans defense, well, they've been playing just a little bit. 62 points allowed over the first 2 ball games, but 76 in their last 5. And Lisa, you said it. They won 5 games in a row, but I don't think they're going to make it 6. However, I do think they cover in this one. Kansas City, they're going to get the win. It's 31-24. What my spidey senses are telling me.
I'm literally looking at my sheet going, I thought you were doing the dogs. Come on, Cole. But I love all the love you gave to my Chiefs to start with. That really, built up my confidence. All right, Pony.
I got to reel you back in.
Yeah, I know. That's what you do. Okay, Pony, give me the second favorite you really like this week.
He built you up to bring you back down there, Lisa.
It makes it more fun for him. I get it. I get it.
I like Minnesota going into Washington. Commanders organization, I think, in shambles right now with what's going on with ownership there. In Minnesota, they get TJ Hawkinson, a really good tight end from Detroit at the deadline. They're 6-1. They're scoring a lot of points lately. Another game where they score 4 touchdowns with the receivers, Jefferson, Thielen, Cook, now a big-time tight end. Heineke's a cute story, nice Cinderella story. But Minnesota with Cousins going back to D.C. for the first time, I think they get it done minus 3.5.
All right, so Cole's sitting there going, I see this one going much differently. What are your thoughts?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't necessarily trust Washington, but I really don't trust Minnesota, Pony, because when it comes to first-place teams, they have to be the most fragile squad in all of the league. They've allowed 22 or more in 4 of their 6 wins, and offensively and defensively, they're ranked in the bottom third. That's not really productive. Washington, however, they're better in really every single category that matters. Overall offense, defense, passing, rushing, and that right there is something you can hang your hat on. The Commanders are looking for a 4th straight win, and they've allowed an average of just over 14 points per game during their last 3. That's pretty stout. I think they're going to get it done on Sunday, 21-17. Go with the money line. Commanding performance here.
Look at you, so confident. I love that. All right, Pony,
Yes,
quick
it's all
recap
about
of your
confidence.
2 favorites, right? You like Buffalo giving a ton of points to the Jets. Again, these are Pony's picks here. You like the Vikings giving the points to the Commanders, and Cole came in and was like, nah. Here's a look at the dogs. You're on Tennessee, Cole, getting a ton of points at Kansas City. You're also saying don't even need the points. You like the Commanders on the money line. You know how much I love that plus money. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Awesome stuff by you. You can bet these dogs and favorites right now on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. All right, you 2 are done. Go chill, have a sip of coffee, whatever you need, because now it is time for Dave's Big Payday Parlay. It's pretty self-explanatory. You've heard of people betting just a few bucks to win tens of thousands of dollars. That's real. It actually happens. Dave knows how to do it. You're going to parlay a bunch of bets, and you're going to make us a whole bunch of money. Give us that Big Payday Parlay.
Whole lot of money. Let's go, Dave. Let's make some money.
$20 bill.
Yep.
We'll start with 20. We'll see what we can turn it into. I'm betting 8 games, no spreads. These are all going to be money line bets. Some favorites, some underdogs. We'll start with Coach Bill. You know how he does against rookie quarterback. You brought it up on the show a lot.
I never go against Coach Bill.
I think he'll take care of the Colts. So that only turns $20 into 28.
That's
but
all right.
It's going to grow. How about the Bears? This will be one of my upsets of the
Bears.
week. I think Justin Fields getting it figured out right now midseason.
He's looking really well.
Dolphins might lay an egg in this one. They're plus 180. So now we're up to about $80 for that $20 bet. Pony likes the Vikings. I like the Vikings as well. I think Cousins will get the job done there. Cousins, Jefferson all game long. Now we're up to $120.
$120.
And let's go with Joe Burrow.
Joe.
Just as a big favorite. This will be my biggest favorite, minus 335. Just take care of business against P.J. Walker.
He better.
And the Panthers. So that now we're up to $156. So nothing crazy right now. Only one underdog so far with the Bears. Another favorite. I think the Chargers, fresh off the bye week, going to take care of Atlanta's subpar defense and win that game in a high-scoring affair.
Hopefully
he needs to get back.
He got to come back, absolutely.
Played a little bit a few weeks ago, maybe came back too early, but they need him, and I think he'll have a big game if he does play. And then the Jags. I know you're a big Raiders guy, but they don't deserve to be an underdog at home against the Raiders. So now we're up to
play in Duval.
$500 for the $20. 2 more to go.
500.
Do or die time for Tom Brady. I think he gets the job done against the Rams. Now up to $855. But here's where it's going to grow big time. Now we're 7 for 7 heading into Sunday.
Feeling good.
Late. Yeah. And we got Derrick Henry steamrolling the Chiefs and winning that game in an upset. But look what happens to the 800. Now it's almost $5,000. So really 7 pretty easy games, and then one that's not going to be that easy when you have a plus 480 underdog. But I think the Titans can make this thing pay $5,000.
I'm riding with you, Dave. I'm putting my 20 up. I'm riding with you.
Not 20,000 like we tried to win last week, Lisa, but turn $20 into 5,000.
You know, I always put this into terms of like coffee and Starbucks. So that's like $20. That's like 3 Starbucks. If I take that budget, hey,
depending where you're at, 2 at the airport.
And then I get a lot more Starbucks. A little Starbucks for a lot more Starbucks. Thank you guys. Well done. Great stuff to Dave, and cheers. Look at those odds skyrocket, you guys. Tail Dave or create your own parlay. You can win big right now on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. And of course, you can also get in on the fun with Daily Fantasy. FanDuel has a bunch of DFS contests live right now where you can win thousands of dollars on FanDuel.com. Now, the key to success is value at each position. We preach it every single week. We also bring in a guy that gives you the goods. Jim Sonis, the senior writer and analyst for Number Fire. He's got his best value plays for Week 9. What's up, Jim?
Thanks, Lisa. Yeah, not a lot of value at quarterback or running back this week, so my goal is to spend down at tight end and wide receiver in order to spend up there. Let's start things off at tight end with Gerald Everett checking in at $5,800. Everett is part of a high-scoring game and gets me there with a pretty low salary, $5,800. Everett playing without Mike Williams for this week. He comes with a 15% target share so far this year with a 19% target share inside the red zone. So Everett has had his issues, but for $5,800, pretty tough to turn down. A lot of the same pros are in the box of Zay Jones this week at $5,500 because he's low salaried access to a game I'm pretty okay with stacking. Jones, in the games he has played this year, has a 21% target share with 26% of the work inside the red zone. Not a ton of deep work for Zay Jones, but it is a revenge game here against the Raiders, so Zay Jones at quality play at $5,500. My final value play for this week is Chris Godwin, $6,700 for the BUCS. Just too low of a salary for a guy getting as much work as he is getting right now. Godwin has averaged 10.4 targets per game since he came back from his hamstring injury. Of course, the Bucs offense has struggled, but I think they've got the building blocks to bounce back, and Godwin could be a big part of that on Sunday against the Rams. So Chris Godwin, to me, giving us leverage to spend up at quarterback and running back in week number 9.
Thank you, Jim. Now you all can go and set your lineups at FanDuel.com. Follow Jim on Twitter at Jim Sonis, and check out his Covering the Spread podcast as well, wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you, Jim. As always, set your lineups now. You can do it. And I already told you to follow Jim on Twitter, so you go ahead and do that. And then also you can hit up, while you're, putting in your DFS plays, you can also get to the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sneak in all the plays that we talked about on this show, because coming up, we check in on 2 of the biggest surprise teams of the season. We are betting the Vikings and the Seahawks. One's a favorite, one's a dog this week. See which side our experts are taking for each of their matchups. Plus, if you have $100 to bet, where do you put it? Well, we're handing out best bets of the week. All you have to do is tail or fade. We make your job easy here on the show. We're coming right back. Welcome back. It is time to go at it. Time to pit our experts against our ex-players. player. We're breaking down some of the biggest matchups of Week 9. Each of our betting experts are going to debate a game with James. And 9-year NFL vet, Super Bowl champ. I'm just going to make him wear his jersey, so you know you get the whole thing. But on-field experience versus beer drinking, boys on the couch, really getting into it. X's and O's. All right, we're starting off our expert versus ex-player battle with the 6-1 Vikings. We got 4-4 Commanders. Both teams playing pretty good football here. We see the Commanders coming on. The Vikings have won 5 in a row. Commanders 3 straight. Dave, the Vikings 3.5-point road favorites.
Yeah, I don't know if James was here like before the season started when we did our first preseason show, and I picked the Minnesota Vikings to go to the Super Bowl at odds of 20-1 to win the NFC, and here they are, 6-1. And why? Because Kevin O'Connell has brought that high-flying Rams offense into Minnesota. Stafford to Cup, that's so 2021. This is all cousins of Jefferson. They have been an awesome combination, and you get Hawkinson coming in. That's an upgrade from the injured Irv Smith Jr. So I think this team is for real. They're going to handle business and get the job done, and not only win this game, but continue on with that quest to go to the Super Bowl.
So you believe in Kirk Cousins?
I
believe in Kirk Cousins.
Super Bowl, huh?
You like that?
I definitely don't believe in Kirk Cousins to the Super Bowl, but I believe in him this week. I definitely believe in him this week. The Vikings is playing really good football. They got Dalvin Cook going. They know who they are on the offensive side of the ball. Kirk Cousins is just doing what Kirk Cousins does, right? Take what's there. Don't turn the football over. You seen him make a couple plays with his legs last week. But this team right here is playing really good football on the offensive side of the ball. They have Thielen making plays now. We obviously know they got a bad man in Justin Jefferson. But defensively, you got Pat P back there, the veteran corner back there making plays. His defense is playing well. I think they go out there. I do think it's going to be a really close game because I love what the Commanders are doing right now. But I'm taking the Vikings in this one.
All right, I was just looking up the odds now on the Commanders for the Super Bowl. They're now 16-1 if you want to tail Dave there in that early season bet. Great stuff by both of you. Pony, you're our expert for the next game. The 5-3 Seahawks are in first place in the NFC West. They've won 3 in a row. Geno Smith, how you like me now? A divisional game here as the Hawks hit the road at Arizona. The Cardinals have lost 3 of 4. But despite that, Arizona 2-point home favorite. Pony, I'm going to start with you. Who do you like here?
I'm going to take the favorite. I like Arizona in this game. I'm going to appeal to James as a former wide receiver. Cardinals better with DeAndre Hopkins, much better, in fact. Going back to last year, they are 9-3 in games Hopkins plays. He is a difference maker for them. He had a big game and a loss to Minnesota. In the previous matchup between these two teams, Arizona's defense did hold Geno Smith under 200 passing yards. They lost the game 19-9, but they did a good job on Geno. I think they get payback at home.
Pony.
Yes.
I said last week that I would not pick the Cardinals again after this week. But you are exactly right. With DeAndre Hopkins in the lineup, this is a different team, right? It's a different team defensively. It's a different team offensively, right? This defense, they are getting after the passer. Kyler Murray looks more comfortable back there because he's slinging the ball all over the yard to DeAndre Hopkins. I love what I'm seeing from the Arizona Cardinals. I think they're starting to hit their stride. Even though they lost a close one last week against the Minnesota Vikings, they are playing better football since Hopkins stepped back in the lineup. You've seen what they did against the Saints. They played well last week. I like what they're doing right now. They make it hard on Geno, and this is a time for them to say, we got to get back in this division, and we got to fight with these 49ers and Seahawks for this division. They get a big win.
All right, we got to move on here. Cole tapping in for Pony for our next game. 3-4-1 Indy at the 4-4 Patriots. Cole's quarterback, Sam Ehlinger, will make just his second career start. He was 17 for 23, 201 yards, no touchdowns or picks in last week's loss to the Commanders. And then on the other side, the Patriots have won 3 of 4. They're a 5.5-point favorite here. Cole, who do you like?
Well, for Sam, hopefully the Colts wide receiver coach has coached him up, James. We know that dude, and hopefully he's done his due diligence. But when New England, when they win, they're as convincing as a door-to-door salesman. Now, 17 or fewer points allowed in their 4 wins so far this year. And the defense, they've kept them in ball games, but still a bottom third unit. Ramondre Stevenson and Damian Harris, they're going to look to exploit that surprisingly solid Colts defense, and that's going to be key if they want to get the win for the New England Patriots. But the Patriots, with that two-headed monster, they're boasting the 11th best run offense in all the National Football League, and if you can run the football more times than not, that's going to help you lock up some wins. So Patriots, they win in a close shave here, 23-20, James. I hope you're on the same page with me, man.
You know what? We on TV, Cole, so I got to spend a little time and, break this game down. But it's really simple for me. Bill Belichick does not lose to rookie quarterbacks, period. It just don't happen. I don't know what the numbers are, but Bill Belichick does not lose to rookie quarterbacks.
Yep.
He makes it hard on them. He's not going to lose to a rookie quarterback this week. They cannot score points consistently in Indy. That's why they benched Matty Ice, and they said we need to try to find some different ways. Halfway during that game last week, I'm like, where is Matty Ice? I don't care if he's hurt. I don't care what it is. They need Matt Ryan to come back in there and be the quarterback for this football team if they want to get to the playoffs and be a competitive team. New England Patriots run the football and play defense, and that is what's going to win them this game this week. Bill Belichick, rookie quarterbacks. I will never take a rookie quarterback against Bill.
The nuts and bolts, they do it right. All right, you guys, great stuff. In addition to betting on your favorite teams and players, you can also win part of a $10,000 prize pool just by answering a few questions about the games this week. Seriously, that easy, and you know this stuff anyway, so why not get that money? GMC is teaming up with FanDuel for the free GMC Sierra Mountain Climber Pick'em contest. All you have to do is log on to FanDuel.com/free/contest/GMC Mountain Climber before the early games kick off on Sunday. Answer those questions about the matchups. The more you get right, the higher you move up the mountain. Fans who get every answer right will reach the summit and win a share of the $10,000 prize paid in site credit. Eyes on the prize, team. Make sure to enter the free GMC Sierra Mountain Climber Pick'em contest. And if you don't win this week, I say this every week, it's all good. You can enter to win next week and every week of the NFL season. Have fun and good luck. All right, now let's get to our best bets. I know it's what you've been waiting for. Our experts are giving them out in the form of a spread, money line, and total bet. You know this is part of our weekly competition where each of the guys get $100 virtual dollars for those three bets. So, Pony, you got to brag earlier in the show about going 2-0 in your favorite segment. You also went 3-0 in your best bets from last week, right? On fire.
Last show was the greatest show of my life, by the way, from a prediction standpoint.
Just drop the mic. Thanks for joining the show. We'll have you again next year, maybe. Yep. You had the Panthers getting the points, Saints on the money line. You also had the under on the Colts Commanders game. You won $109 on that $100 bet. Nicely done. We can cheer you on and everything, but everybody at home is like, you just need to do it again. Where's my money coming from in week 9?
Okay, we're going to start with the Bears, a $40 wager on them to cover against the Dolphins. I don't get this line. It's 5. It's bigger than it should be. The Bears, other than that one dud against Washington on a Thursday night, they've scored more than 20 points in 3 of their last 4 games, and they're averaging 30 over their last 2 against the Patriots and the Cowboys, 2 pretty good defenses. So I like them to actually win that game outright. Next up, speaking of money lines, Jacksonville. The Jags, what are you doing here? You're 0-6 in one-possession games. Trevor Lawrence is throwing red zone picks. You're so close to breaking through and starting to put wins together. I think they do so against another struggling team, the Raiders in Jacksonville on Sunday. And then my last pick, going to save my last $25 for the under in Colts Patriots. The guys just talked about it. We got Ellinger against Jones. I think it's going to be a low-scoring, run-the-ball type game. 1 to 17 wins. Under in that game, Dave. Can you beat me? Can you top it, Dave Weber?
Pony, we've done over 100 shows together, I think, with this segment, and this is the first that we don't have all 3 the same, but we have the same spread bet and the same money line bet. I'm with you. I think the Bears not only cover that spread, but actually beat Tua and the Dolphins. He's better at home than he is on the road. A nice, warm summer home game in Miami is his thing, but a cool, crisp day in Chicago. I think he's going to throw some picks in that game. Bears, give me $50 on them. Jacksonville, I just don't see how the Raiders deserve to be favored on the road for a second consecutive week after they laid a goose egg last week. So I'm going to put $25 on the Jags. Here's where we're different, and maybe we both go 2-0 there, and it comes down to our totals. I think the Chargers and the Falcons going to be a shootout. And I think Herbert's going to come out on the right side there. So I think a big win for the Chargers in a high-scoring affair. I need that game to get into the 50s, $25 on that. But, wow, that's the first time I think.
Imitation is flattery, Lisa.
Yeah, it wasn't a copycat thing, though, I promise you.
He was trying so hard to change everything he was about to say just so he didn't agree with you, Pony. All right, some interesting strategies there, but we're going to see which one is the best after this weekend. And we will air the results on next week's show. Head up to FanDuel Sportsbook now to place your bets before kickoffs. Coming at you fast. All right, coming up, it is Moneyline Moneymaker time. This is one of my favorite segments. James and Coles are giving out their underdog upset special picks. Stick around to see which teams are on upset alert. Don't give it away.
You know what's going down.
Welcome back to More Ways to Win here on FanDuel TV. Love having you with us here, especially in Week 9, halfway through the season. We're shouting out some of our betting markets with rapid-fire predictions. Let's go, fam, on the hustle here. Let's get in here. Guys, you know the drill. I give you the line. You give me your pick in 15 seconds or less. Dave, you're up first. Baltimore, 2.5-point road favorite against New Orleans.
Well, Andy Dalton, 1-4 against the spread his last 5 Monday night games. I think Lamar shines here in the spotlight. Give me the Ravens.
Pony, Detroit, 3.5-point home dog against the Pack.
Incredible stat. Going back to 2020, Aaron Rodgers against the NFC North, 40 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Wow.
I love Green Bay in this game. I think he gets back on track.
As you should.
All right. You made somebody happy up in here. Cole, you're in Chicago. Bears getting 5 at home against Miami.
Well, Pony loves Green Bay, but I know that he does not love Chase Claypool. He's the biggest wide receiver in all the league, and you pair him with N'Keal Harry, Darnell Mooney, and Cole Kmet. Justin Fields may have a field day. Miami, they dropped 3 of their last 5, and we all know that Dolphins, they don't fare well in fresh water. Lake Michigan, right by Soldier Field. Bears win this one 24-20.
Okay, I know Dave likes that. All right, from quick picks to upset alerts, we're back on the money line. We're dropping money line moneymakers for you right now. We're giving them the BETMOJI treatment because why not? So, Cole, we're going to start with you. You're going to give me an underdog that you think is going to win outright this weekend. These guys are ready to roast you with their emojis. Which team do you like?
None of that. Well, I'll tell you what, the West Coast Dolphins, that is the Los Angeles Chargers. So who are they? They're 4-3 right now, but who have they beaten? The Raiders, the Texans, the Browns, and the Broncos. We're entering Week 9, and those 4 teams combined have 9 wins together. So right now, I think it's a safe assumption that the Bolts, they're overachieving. And with Keenan Allen banged up, Justin Herbert in L.A., well, their run game, it better be ready to roll. So Austin Eckler, the floor is yours. Now, on the flip side, we talked about it before. The Falcons' defense, they're not good at playing defense. There's 31 teams better than them, and that means that they're the worst in all of the league. But they do run the ball with some gusto. We talked about it with Tampa, home, and that's a great place to get things back on track. And the Falcons, they're not going to need the points in this one. They're going to win outright, 27-24. Jamal Anderson, he's going to be doing the dirty bird at his crib.
Pony, do you want to explain?
You're telling on yourself, Cole. Now you're saying the Raiders stink and that's a terrible win. You picked them to win the Super Bowl. Remember that, Dave?
That was
Did
them.
I hallucinate that, Dave?
They're dead to me, Pony. We've already gone over this.
Oh,
wow. Dead
Cole,
to me.
You see my sign. Money, right? Listen,
that's the one that matters.
It is time to put some respect on the Falcons' name. I think they are sitting at numero uno in the division right now, right? Marcus Mariota.
James, they need a guy to throw his helmet to win.
I don't care who they throwing the ball to or who's causing penalties. This team is playing football, and it continues this week.
Co-sign on that. And then also you've got your own pick. What you got here for Week 9?
Well, I'm going to get the money signs from everybody, right? Because right now, no Jamar Chase in the lineup. Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals looked terrible against the Brownies, right? We're talking about a Jacoby Brissett Brownies team, and they could not move the ball at all until the 4th quarter. They have the best receiver duo in the National Football League, and we thought it would be good. Nah, Jamar Chase is a bad man. He is that offense. Joe Mixon is nowhere to be found, and they are playing extremely hard for Coach Wilks, right? If it wasn't for a penalty, they win last week's game, and they won 2 in a row under Coach Wilks after trading Christian McCaffrey and everybody saying they taking the season. I like the Carolina Panthers beating Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals in this one. Coach Wilks rallies the troops again.
And you guys say, oh.
The Panthers are not beating Cincinnati in Cincinnati.
I'm taking a picture of these right here.
Cole.
Because we're going to remember this
James.
right here. I see you, Cole.
James knew. He knew. Be awesome today, James. That's fantastic.
I actually have this written in prompter. Yes, awesome stuff. Well done. All right, you guys, if you agree with Cole and James, hop on the FanDuel Sportsbook app now. Get that plus money before kickoffs on Sunday. They give you a lot to think about there in that segment. From underdog winners to daily fantasy studs, FanDuel offers a bunch of DFS contests where you can win thousands of dollars by starting the right players. So right now, we're bringing you ringers that are well worth their high price tag. We do this every week. Jim Sonis is our guy. He is back with his can't miss list for week 9. Hi again, Jim.
Thanks, Lisa. Our Week 9 stud section begins with a guy who doesn't have a stud salary, but does have stud production. That is Travis Etienne, coming in at $7,600. Etienne has had 2 games as the Jaguars feature back and has been tremendous across those 2 games with big production in both of them. Now comes in facing the Raiders, and that's a matchup I want to go to often. And Etienne gets me there with, again, a low salary at 76. So Travis Etienne, to me, a guy we want to buy now before his salary creeps up even more. At wide receiver, going back to Tyreek Hill once again, because why wouldn't we, frankly? He's had a tremendous workload so far this year with great production. He has a 33% target share so far this year with 48% of the team's deep works, and you can get that for just $8,700. Of course, he's facing the Bears here. The Bears offense playing better maybe gets us a competitive game and allows the Dolphins to keep throwing throughout, which would be a great thing for Hill, who may not even need that boost to begin with. At quarterback, though, give me Josh Allen. Not a lot of running quarterbacks in the slate, not a lot of guys with a ton of upside, so let's just go with the best quarterback on the slate. That is Josh Allen, 93, facing off with the Jets. It's a big spread in the Bills' favor, but they've been pretty aggressive while playing from ahead so far this year, and I think it's an important game. It's a divisional game. The Jets have played pretty well so far this year. So the Bills, they're going to take this game seriously. And that means that Josh Allen should be out there pushing for all 4 quarters. That's going to make him tough to top for this week. So Josh Allen, Lisa, you can set it and forget it at quarterback and have one less tough decision to make across your roster.
No doubt, he has been that guy. My man, thank you, Jim. Set your lineups at FanDuel.com and follow Jim on Twitter at Jim Sonis. And another reminder to check out his daily Covering the Spread podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you, Jim. Coming up, we're picking the rest of the Week 9 games on the schedule. That is next. Stay with us. We break down every game on this show, so we're wrapping up with the Week 9 slate with some more quick picks. Get right to it, Dave. Let's start with the 2-6 Panthers at the 4-4 Bengals. Cincinnati is giving 7.5.
You know, the Bengals a good home team, 6-1 against the spread their last 7. The Panthers stink on the road, 1-6 against the spread their last 7. This is all Cincinnati.
All right, Pony, the 4-3 Chargers taking on the 4-4 Falcons in Atlanta. Los Angeles, a 3-point road favorite.
Yeah, Falcons have the worst pass defense in the NFL by yards. They've given up the 3rd most touchdowns. Even without his wide receivers, I think Herbert has himself a day. Chargers cover.
No respect.
James is dying to get into this segment, by the way. Just put his face in the middle and let him go. Cole, 2-5 Raiders at the 2-6 Jags. Raiders, 1.5-point road favorites.
Yeah, James and his peanut gallery comments, that makes the segment right here. But the Jags, they dropped 5 straight, and their last win, week 3 versus the Chargers. If the Raiders don't pull this one out, Josh McDaniels, he's going to need to update that LinkedIn page. So Raiders, they win here 27-17, Lisa.
Wait, get it. Take my spot.
There you
okay,
go.
there you go.
Back on the bandwagon.
All right, guys, we covered some spreads, money lines, and totals so far, of course. Great segment there. There are a ton of other fun bets you can make right now on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Odds that you want to lock in right now, and some of the most popular are futures bets. So we're going to get right to our guys' takes on a couple of win totals right now. Pony and James, the BUCS regular season win total, it's set at 8.5. Are you going over or under that? Pony, you first.
So that seems high, but then I double-checked with people at FanDuel. They predict the Buccaneers will be an underdog only 2 more times this year, at Cleveland and at the 49ers, a weak schedule. I think they'll go over.
All right, Dave and Cole.
We cannot
Nope,
be.
sorry, James. Go ahead.
We cannot be watching the same Tampa Bay Buccaneers team because they stink, Pony. I understand we're looking
The divorce is final, James.
I understand
He's got
we're
a clear
looking
mind now,
at
TB12.
Tom Brady, and we're like, there's no way he's gonna keep losing. This is not a good football team. And to be honest with you, they're not coached well. This is not a coached well football team. This team is struggling. It's not changing this year. But what it is going to do is it's going to say to Tom, I'm not going out like that. And he will be back for another season. But this season, I don't see where 8 wins is coming from.
All right, now I'm taking the box from you. All right, thank you, James. Okay, Dave and Cole, now it's your turn. Same drill for the Chiefs, over or under 12.5 regular season wins. Dave, you're up.
Well, they only have 5. That's a big number, so they still need 8. They lost to the Colts. They beat the Raiders by 1. They beat the Chargers by 3 at home. Now they still have all 3 divisional games on the road. They got to go to Cincy week 13. I don't think they're getting to 13 wins. I'll take the under.
Ooh, Lisa, don't
Well,
go
Dave, I'm
right
glad
now,
that's what Dave thinks. We saw a guy that looked a lot like Dave who was wearing a mustache a little earlier in the day, and he told me to go with Kansas City. They will indeed achieve over 12.5 wins. I know there's only 10 games left, but something tells me they're going to finish things up nice and strong. So if you feel good like Lisa does about Patrick Mahomes and that Kansas City machine, then go with the over.
Yeah, Dave's pick is like smelling salt. I was like, wait, what? What just happened here?
Hater.
Seriously. All right. In addition to cashing in on the FanDuel Sportsbook app, you can also have fun and make some easy money playing daily fantasy free games on the FanDuel Casino app. It's FanDuel Casino Reward Machine, daily free-to-play game that gives players a chance to win up to $2,000 in casino bonus every single day. It's the FanDuel Reward Machine, already given away over $5 million in prizes to more than 250,000 winners as well. Sharing the love. You could be next. All you have to do is log in daily, spin for a chance at rewards. It's literally that easy. So make sure to play Reward Machine for a free chance to win up to $2,000 every single day. It's only on the FanDuel Casino app. And I have a producer in my ear that is counting down, saying, yo, you are done. 15 seconds. Hey, that's a wrap.
There he is.
Hey, come on now.
There goes the real Dave.
That is mic dropped. Hey, hit up the FanDuel Sportsbook app.
Movember. It is
Thanks for hanging
Movember.
with us today. We will see you right back here
man,
next
good.
week. Good luck with your bets.